Across the United States, citizens gather in peaceful solidarity, raising signs that symbolize unity and hope. People from diverse backgrounds share their messages, calling for change and expressing their discontent in a constructive manner. In major cities, vibrant marches fill the streets as participants chant slogans that echo their desire for justice and equality. The crowds move rhythmically, creating a powerful presence that showcases the strength of community activism. In small towns, passionate discussions take place at community centers, where residents share their thoughts and experiences regarding the current political climate. These conversations foster a sense of solidarity and encourage collective action. Students walk out of classrooms, joining together to express their views on leadership and governance. Their youthful energy ignites a sense of urgency in the air as they call for accountability from those in power. Social media platforms become buzzing hubs of activity, with hashtags trending as people share their stories and ideas. Online activists amplify the calls for justice, inspiring others to take part in the national conversation. Artists create murals that reflect the sentiments of the protests, featuring powerful imagery and thought-provoking messages. These visual expressions serve as a testament to the creativity and resilience of the movement. Interfaith groups come together to hold vigils, offering prayers for peace and understanding. These gatherings highlight the importance of dialogue among different communities in the pursuit of common goals. Activists organize workshops to educate people about their rights and the importance of civic engagement. Empowering others to advocate for themselves strengthens the overall movement for change. Local businesses show support by decorating their storefronts with empowering messages. This visible solidarity from the community reinforces the united front against injustice. Focus shifts to the policy level, where discussions in local government meetings aim to address the concerns raised by protesters. Community leaders listen actively, recognizing the importance of citizen voices in governance. As nighttime falls, candlelight vigils illuminate the streets, creating a serene yet powerful atmosphere of reflection and determination. The soft glow represents hope and the shared commitment to progress. Documentaries and storytelling initiatives emerge, capturing the narratives of individuals involved in the protests. These shared stories highlight personal experiences that resonate with a wider audience. The ongoing discussions about leadership and representation continue beyond the protests, encouraging individuals to stay engaged and informed about the issues that matter most. Change is a continuous journey.
Iran announced it is formally terminating the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, the landmark agreement signed in 2015 with the U.S., Europe, Russia, and China to limit Iran's nuclear program. Background: the deal has been unraveling since the U.S. withdrew in 2018. In recent months, Iran has stepped up enrichment, halted cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, and faced new sanctions. A formal exit increases risk of nuclear proliferation, regional instability in the Middle East, and new sanctions regimes. For global trade and business, energy markets could become more volatile. Oil/gas prices, insurance and shipping costs in the region may rise, and firms operating in Iran or nearby may face increased regulatory and reputational risk. For media and e-commerce/logistics, supply chains that traverse the Middle East, shipping from Asia to Europe via the Persian Gulf, could see premium risk pricing. Content or licensing involving Iran may face new legal/regulatory barriers. Diplomatic sources say that Egypt is set to lead a multinational stabilization force in Gaza under UN backing, supported by the U.S. and Europe. Background: the war between Israel and Hamas has caused vast humanitarian and infrastructure damage in Gaza. The shift from combat to reconstruction and security management is now coming into focus. This force could bring major reconstruction contracts, engineering, construction, logistics, and opportunity for global firms. For e-commerce/logistics, reconstruction means cargo flows, building materials, warehousing, and potentially new last-mile operations in a conflict-affected zone. Risk remains high. For media/brand, rebuilding narratives, who contributes and who controls the messaging will matter. This can affect sponsorships, advertising, philanthropic tie-ins. Geopolitical implication: Egypt's role enhances its regional standing. The U.S. and Europe may use this as leverage. Companies operating in the region will need to monitor stability, licensing regimes, and security risk. The IMF, during its steering committee meeting, warned that escalating tensions between the U.S. and China, particularly around trade, critical minerals, and technology flows, pose a risk to global growth, currently projected at 3.2% for 2025. Background: the U.S. and China have been imposing controls and sanctions, e.g., on rare earth exports, semiconductors. The IMF sees these as becoming structural headwinds. For logistics and e-commerce, disruption in Asian supply chains, especially electronics, semiconductors, may raise costs, force relocation of manufacturing, or require new trade routes. For media/tech, AI and data flows are central to U.S. China competition. Companies must adapt to divergent regimes, data localization, export controls. For business planning, growth risks increase. Firms projecting demand should build in contingency. For example, if Chinese demand slows, content/media firms and e-commerce platforms may see weaker ad spend or subscriptions. A massive day of action is scheduled for today, October 18th, with millions expected to protest in over 2,500 locations across the U.S. against the administration of Donald Trump, with organizers citing concerns of authoritarianism and democratic erosion. Background: these protests follow a similar mobilization in June and come amid ongoing political tension, government shutdown, and debates over presidential power. For media, large-scale protests generate content, social media engagement opportunities, but also risk of instability in major cities, which may affect advertising, events, production scheduling. For commerce/logistics, in cities with large protests, retail, shipping, and first-mile/last-mile logistics may be disrupted temporarily. Brands should monitor urban risk. For broader governance, persistent large-scale protests signal societal friction, which may translate into policy shifts, regulatory changes, or reputational risk for companies perceived to align with one side. As the U.S. government shutdown enters its third week, the National Nuclear Security Administration, NNSA, responsible for the U.S. nuclear weapons stockpile, will furlough about 80% of its workforce starting Monday. Background: the budget stalemate is affecting many agencies. However, the impact on national security critical functions highlights elevated risk.
Welcome to Mohibin Channel, bringing you the latest updates. In today's headlines, we cover significant national events and important international news. Stay tuned for these stories and more, only on Mohibin Channel. Don't forget to subscribe for nightly updates and exclusive content. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate your continued support. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.